it's, I'm very character driven and not necessarily trend driven, if that makes sense.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, February 25th, and it is release week for me. My first paranormal romance book releases this week on Friday, the February 28th, and I am super duper whooper cooper nooper looper. Sorry, let me stop playing. I'm very, 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 very excited for this release. I can't even believe that I finally did it. So I'm sorry if this is your first time here. Hi, my name is Briyanna Michelle. I'm a Black romance author. And what that, I don't know if I ever broke down what exactly that means. I write Black romance. So Black romance is where both of the characters in the book are Black and they fall in love. So all of my characters, the main characters in my books are Black. I do have some other cultures, other ethnicities in my book. They just are not the main characters. So that is what that means. That is what I do. And I write Black romance because I'm proud of Black romance. I'm proud of Black love. I'm a product of Black love, and not necessarily just like the Black love that is within my household, that I've seen growing up. The Black love between friends, the Black love between family members, the Black love between partners and drive your car please, partners and spouses. I'm a product of that same love. So that is who I am. That is what I write. And I love it over here in the Black romance streets. So 24 Hours, here is the cover, is my first paranormal romance that is releasing on Friday. Again, if this is your first time here, first of all, I just love, what I love? I love that YouTube are helping me find my people. Okay, because I love it when you guys leave comments on my videos. When you leave comments, it actually really makes you feel good. Because you know what? I have been working tirelessly at YouTube for the last few years, and I have yet to not yet, but prior to the last few years, I haven't felt like I fully belonged on this app. And it's so weird because it's make space for you on this app. Just make space for yourself. Just take up space. And that is my mentality in life. If there is no space for me, I'm going to create some space for me. I'm going to carve out a lane for me, and for me to show up and for me to be present in a place. So if I felt like that there wasn't any space for me on YouTube, I was just going to make space for myself, honestly. I was going to make space for myself, and I was going to show up on this app because I'm here. What Cynthia Rubo say? I don't need you to love me. I'm here. That's the name of the song. Actually, y'all should really listen to that song because it's amazing. Anyway, I often break out in song. I have a song reference, movie reference, line reference for everything in life. So if you do not like when ADHD girls, me, busts out into song, then I promise you're not going to like it here, unfortunately. And I would love for you to stay. Please stay. And just vibe out with me. Vibe out with me. Get used to my quirks. Because that's me. Anyway, Okay, so I started writing about 10 years ago on Wattpad. And it's funny because I actually made a TikTok video about it where I need to post that video this week. But I made a TikTok video about my my writing journey and like when I started writing and all of that jazz, and how I like started writing and stopped writing and started writing and stopped writing. I've done a lot of start and stops over the last 10 years. And 10 years ago, I had just graduated from, 10 years ago, I was in college. I was in my freshman year of college. I graduated high school in 2014. I started reading on Wattpad in about 2013, and I like tried my hand at writing on Wattpad. I didn't really tell anybody I was doing it. I just started doing it, and then I kind of liked it a lot, and people started reading my books over there, and I started getting comments on my books, and it was cool. Honestly, it was so cool just to think about, like, because like if you don't know what Wattpad is, it is an app where writers are allowed to publish their work. And I used to say amateur writers, but I mean, I don't like that word amateur. I think beginner writers, baby writers, toddler writers get to start their work and publish their work, and they become authors. It is published on Wattpad. So yeah, that is what Wattpad is about. And I started writing a paranormal book on it. That's where I was getting to. Okay, sometimes we go all around the mulberry bush, but we're gonna come back to our point. The point is, I started writing on Wattpad my first paranormal book about 10 years ago also. And it is, what is it called? It's called The Broken Beta. And I actually might revive that story later on in life. I don't know. I think I might. I think I should. Because listen, at this point, we're not throwing away no book ideas. Okay, we are not throwing away any book ideas. So I started that book and then I stopped. So I've been a lover of paranormal for a very long time. And I finally wrote my own 24 hours. You know, y'all, my butterflies, y'all been here, so y'all have seen me struggle through a couple different fantasy paranormal books, or over the months, because I had started a different book in July. It was, and honestly, it's actually really cool because 24 hours, actually, the way I wrote it and set it up, it comes before the book I had already started writing. So I'm very excited. I kind of set the scenery up. And I just love, you know what I love? I love being an author. I love being a writer. And I love being able to birth my creativity in a new way. And I really love it over here. You know, I love it in authorland, and authorland loves me. Okay, so my ARC readers, an ARC reader is, an ARC is a advanced reader copy of your work. So, oh, look at this sunset looking so cutesy. My ARC readers have been reporting back. They have been enjoying it. They have been loving it. They have been wanting more. The book is short. It is a novella. I believe it's 22 pages. Sorry, 22,000 words. So a novella is it's like shorter, longer than a short story, but shorter than a full-length novel. Because I don't expect anybody to know things. Because I didn't know what a novella was prior to me knowing. So I like to put my butterflies on and let y'all know what's going on. Because if you are a writer, if you always wanted to write a book, but the thought of putting out, I don't know, like a big long book intimidates you, you can write a novella. A novella is, I believe, between 17,000 words and 40,000 words. And this is if you're going to be an indie author. Indie authors love novellas. Okay, I have 2 full-length novels, and I have 3 novellas, and 1 two novellas and one novelette. A novelette is a short story, basically. So yeah, I love novellas. I love putting out novellas in between my full-length novels. And yeah, I published my first full-length novel, my first book. Well, my very first book in 2021. I took the book down in 2023 and republished it. And I've just been rocking and rolling ever since, child. So 24 Hours is my first paranormal novella. It's a short story, of course, like I said already. And I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. I love that. So we're going to spend the week kind of just preparing for release week. And yesterday was Monday. Yesterday was content day. I really didn't feel like vlogging yesterday, but here we are today. So we got to make some content. Okay, we got to make some content. I have to show y'all the content that I already have in my drafts to post on TikTok, Instagram. I kind of already made like my way. I already made my Instagram release day content, but this is what I like to do. I like to post twice on release day on both apps, on TikTok and Instagram. So Instagram, I like to post a graphic, and then I like to post a reel, a dancing reel, because oftentimes everybody does not see the same thing. And I have 2,000 followers on Instagram, and still everybody just don't see the same stuff, you know? So there's that. And then whatever I post on Instagram, I post on TikTok. So I have a tradition for every release to do a release day dance video, which, if you do not know, if you don't follow me on other social media platforms and you just so happen to never see any of my shorts, not them got in an accident, help them Jesus. I post dance videos. Is the way that I like to market my books. I am a professional dancer, and ballet, hip hop, jazz, all those good things. So I professionally danced for a very long time, almost as long as I've been writing, honestly. No, I've actually danced longer than I've been a writer. So I have, that tradition of posting my dance videos. So I have to post that, or I have to record that. So maybe we can, if I remember to pull out the camera and record it with y'all in real time, I'll do that. But if not, then I will put it up. I'll show y'all. I'll put it on the video. I'll put it in the vlog. What else? Yeah, so that's really it for today. So this week, while it's release week for 24 hours, my sports romance, Maybe I Love You, is with my beta readers and my sensitivity readers. Excuse me. My beta and my sensitivity readers. So I am not actively writing this week. I'm giving my brain a break. A much needed break, honestly. I have been writing. So I usually give myself about 2 weeks to maybe 3 weeks of a break in between projects. So where I'm not working on anything, I'm just kind of like chilling as far as the writing stuff is concerned. I'm still marketing and all of the, and still doing YouTube, but I'm not actually writing. So I'm giving my brain a break, because when my betas and my sensitivity readers come back with their critiques, I want to be able to look at my manuscript with a fresh lens. So I am forcing myself to not look at their feedback until Friday. So that way I can, go and apply it. And I asked everybody to give me back their feedback by Friday. So prayerfully everybody is able to. And yeah, honestly, that's it, y'all. That's it. I'm feeling really good about these 2 releases. Honestly, me, since I've been promoting 24 hours, it has gained me a whole new plethora of readers, right? Because I'm a multi-genre author. I have romantic suspense and romantic thrillers out, and then I write romantic suspense / romantic thrillers. I write contemporary romance, and now I write paranormal romance, or fantasy, because fantasy is the big umbrella, but under that, paranormal romance. So I'm very excited because I was nervous about my regular readers, who may not read paranormal romance, to read this book and be like, ooh, I don't know, paranormal is not my jam, or hey, this is my first paranormal book and I love it. So I do actually have some feedback from, I have some ARC reviews on Goodreads that I've been reading, and they are from some of, my readers who have never read a paranormal book before. So I actually really, 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 really love that they have never read a paranormal book, and that my book is their first paranormal. It is a blessing. So, it is okay to try new things. It's okay to, just to be different. Sometimes it's okay to go against the grain and do something that you may have always wanted to do but didn't know how people would perceive it. I'm a author who I do what I want. I do what I want, and I write what I want to write, and I am just I'm grateful that I am not necessarily I'm grateful that I'm not doing what's popular, or doing, following trends just to follow trends, right? For me, when it comes to my writing, the way that I process a new story is that, number one, what is the problem that these characters are going to go through? And then, who are they as people? And how can we get to the end of the story? So, 24 hours, let me not use that since that book is not out yet. Let me use a previous book. For my, the first book in the Undeniably in Love series, which is my sports romance series, Maybe I Need You. The problem is that the soccer player needs a fake girlfriend. Okay, now who is the soccer player? He's Grayson Matthews. He's charming. He's a playboy, but not really. He's just a lover boy in disguise. And he's looking for love. He's looking for love. He wants what his parents have, but he doesn't know how to find it. He doesn't know how to find the right woman for him. So, getting a fake girlfriend is his ploy to get the media off his back, and they actually end up falling in love because he's a lover boy and he's like, hey, let's do this, So that's that. So that book, it just so happened to be a sports romance because he's a soccer player. Fake dating because how else is he gonna that was the fastest point of action in order to try to get the media off his back, because they wanted his manager of his team, was his agent, and the managers of the owners of the team want him to present as a family man, because him getting seen in the tabloids is a little too much and nobody has time for that. So fake girlfriend is the best course of action to he got to play the part. So yeah, it's, I'm very, very, I'm very character driven and not necessarily trend driven, if that makes sense, right? So yeah, I would say if you're a writer and you're like, oh, I don't know if people would like this, you have to find the people that are going to like your story. You have to find the people that are going to like your writing style. And those people will find you. The best way that I like to market is that I like to tell people what they're going to get when they read my books. Like, and not necessarily giving away the plot, but just letting people know, like, hey, for Maybe I Need You, here's the cover. This is a fake dating sports romance. That's all you need to know. Fake dating sports romance. And people are like, oh, okay, I like fake dating. I like sports romances, or I don't really like fake dating, or I'm not a really big sports person, but I do like fake dating, so maybe I'll read it. So people don't have to guess. They don't have to guess or ponder if they're going to like it when they come across, your videos, or come across you talking about your books in whatever capacity. So hopefully that is helpful to you all. I found that to be the best effective way to also get people to like download the books immediately. So the way that I used to market, I would say like, you should go read my romance book, right? And then somebody else would ask the question like, oh, well, what's the romance books about? Honestly, the reader girlies are lazy. Not all of them, but some of them. Some of them are lazy, and they want you to do all the work for them. I'm not. Sorry. I'm not doing all of that. The books, for me on social media, if you see my name and you really want to know what like every single detail of the book or what the synopsis says, go ahead and read it, Bookie. Somebody on TikTok once was like, what did she say? She was like, I was talking about the books, right? I literally had the books in my hand, and I like did my usual little 30-second elevator pitch for my books, and I did my thing. She's like, oh, can you write the title and the synopsis of all of your books in the comments? No. Why would I do that? Hell no, I can't. Like, girl, if you don't get the hell on, no, I cannot do that. I cannot, and I will not. What did I say back to her? I was like, hey, you can find the synopsis to all of the books in my TikTok shop. Like, what? No, I'm not doing that crap, dog. Like, if you don't get on my face, no offense, but let's be for real. Like, people are lazy, and they're like, like they want you to spell everything out for them. I'm not doing that. So, you'll be able to navigate what parts of, on your journey, if you're already on your journey, or you're starting your journey, or you're just thinking about starting your journey, what boundaries you want to set are very important. Very, very important. Boundaries as an author is extremely important, because these people will try you. No diggity, no doubt. These people will try you. So, you just need to, kind of just grow into it, and know what kind of person, author you want to be, and it can change all the time. And you can add things and you can take things away, and that's your right, so there's that.